In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and manage the asset register. Firstly, on the left hand side of the screen, just click into the Settings menu. Once in the Settings menu, if you scroll down to Configuration Settings, you'll see on the left hand side you'll have the asset register categories. Once you've clicked into here, you'll see by default you've got General Assets. Now you can just go to the asset register from here and just create an asset using this category. If you want to break out your asset register into different categories, all you need to do is just click Create a Category at the top of the page, give it a name, so I'm just going to type in Company Cars into this one, whether or not it's going to be a straight line or reducing balance, and you can also choose the depreciate by, so I'm doing 15% annually, and you can choose the months it needs to depreciate, and then you can choose the balance sheet and the P&L codes, and these are the codes that are going to be used to calculate the credits and the debits in the depreciation journal once it's been created. All I need to do then is click Create a Category, and we can now see I've got two categories listed within here. Now, to get access to the asset register from the Settings menu and the asset register categories, I can just click on the asset register and get access directly from here. Alternatively, you can go to the reporting module on the left hand side, and under general reports, if you scroll down, you'll see you can get access to the asset register from here. Once you click into the asset register, if you split out your categories, you can now see your various categories split out on the asset register. We'll be able to see the asset name, any references, the cost to any assets within each category, and also how many journals have been produced using this. To add a new asset, all you do is click Add an Asset at the top of the page. Once we've done that, all we need to do is go and choose the various details in here. So asset name, so I'm just going to put a car in here. We can put a reference, a description, any serial numbers and locations that need to be broken down against. We can put in the supplier in here if you want to. I don't have the supplier listed, so I'd have to go and create a new supplier if I wanted to choose them in here. We can put the purchase date, so I'm going to put the purchase date as today, and also the depreciation date. So the depreciation date is currently set as today. However, if I wanted the journal to be calculated in a month's time, I can just go through to January 2016, click on the 14th, and that's when the first depreciation journal will be calculated. I can put in a starting value against the asset, so I'm just going to put £15,000 in here. I'm going to go and choose reducing balance. However, you can see the category is general assets, so in here I can now choose company cars from here, and it will pull through any defaults against that category. So we can see it's switched to reducing balance, and it's also switched to depreciate by percentage and depreciate every 36 months automatically by choosing that category. I can, however, overwrite this, so even though it's set as a default, I can change this as and when I need to, and if I would have selected the balance sheet and P&L code, they would have also come through directly onto this asset once I'd created it. Now, as you can see, the purchase date is today. I cannot backdate assets. So if you've got any existing assets within the business and you want to start adding them into KashFlow, then you will need to go and add in the depreciation journals manually into the system. So once you've set out all of the details for the asset, all we need to do then is just click Create an Asset on the right hand side, and we can now see that that is listed underneath my company cars. We can see the cost, the journals that have been created, any reference in the asset name, and now every single month from the 14th of January 2016, it's automatically going to post the depreciation journal for me. If we've sold the car, or we no longer need those journals to be created, if you click back in to an existing asset, all you need to do is change the depreciate by amount to 0, and also the depreciate every amount to 0. In the description, you can put exactly what's happened with that asset, if it's been sold, etc., and then hit save. So the asset will exist in the system, but no journals will be created moving forward, but you can just track all that information in the system. And that's how easy it is just to add in new assets and manage the various asset register categories.